guys, welcome back to our channel. We're the Garza Twins. I'm Britta.
And I'm Carly.
We would love it if you would subscribe down below. We do a 5 weekly favorite series every Friday where we talk about like our lifestyle faves. We do these get ready with me's, beauty reviews, etc, etc. Today we're doing a get ready. We have not done one of these in a really long time. We usually just chat about life, catch you guys up while we put on makeup, and we'll link everything we're using down below if we don't mention it. Okay, so I feel like the last time we did this was a couple months ago.
I know.
And I think our like day-to-day has changed a lot. Yeah. So one thing we can catch you up on is, as you know, for all of 2023, we were self-employed. Also, I'm trying something. My Glossier foundation has been really dry on my skin lately, so I'm trying mixing it with moisturizer and seeing how that works. Wish me luck. But being a small business owner is challenging, well, in a lot of ways, but a lot of ways that I think we can deal with. But the main thing is like financially.
Yeah.
And so when we left our full-time jobs at the end of 2022, we had known like, okay, we're gonna need to like live off our savings for a while because both all the money that we make from clean coats and diet always goes back into like our business account, and then we, oh, this is like so dusty, I don't know why I did that. And then we use that money for like POs and, you know, everything. It just goes back into the business. So we'd been living off of our savings for all of 2023, and that was like fine and dandy, but we are like pretty frugal people. Do you think? Yeah.
Well, I know, yeah.
We've
always been frugal.
Yeah, we've always been really frugal, good at saving money. I mean, we had, you know, a nice income when we were working full time, and we had always known that we wanted to leave and, you know, just focus on our business at some point. So we never spent a lot. And we could probably do a video on money saving tips if you guys were interested, because we just, I don't know, we're not spenders. Yeah. So all that said, we were like, okay, well, we should probably be like a little bit smart because we're like kind of draining our savings here. And so at the end of, sorry if this is oversharing. Yeah. At the end, well, I think it's just relatable. Like, I guess I don't want people to think that we're out here like just getting coffee every day. And yeah, it is relatable because I know a lot of people, I mean, we didn't quit because we were like fed up. It was like time to leave because of our businesses. But I know that there's like a huge trend in general, people quitting their corporate jobs to find something that, you know, lights them on fire more. Yeah. So I know this is definitely something a lot of people have probably dealt with. Okay, update. I really like how that went on. And we also have been, we were sent a lot of BK Beauty brushes. I think we mentioned it in a few videos, but if you see us using them, I'm impressed. I like them. Yeah, okay, so anyway, at the end of 2022, we reluctantly were like, oh, maybe we should like look into consulting. If you know about our background, I mean, this is not like new news, it's on LinkedIn. We worked in product development for beauty for years, working with color cosmetics, skincare, hair care brands, and mostly the prestige space, some mass. And we work on product development in both formulations and the packaging side of things. So we have a lot of experience. Like product development, but also kind of like hybrid or qualifications for project management. Yeah, exactly. So because we were like, okay, well, maybe we should look into some income. At the end of 2023, we were like, okay, maybe like at the beginning of 2024, we actually like put feelers out there and see if we want to like do some consulting, blah, 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 reluctantly. And then in January 2024, someone from the industry had like reached out and asked if we wanted to work on a project with them. And so we completely manifested it. We did manifest it. It absolutely worked. And it was the right fit. Yeah. Like it's now been a few months. We love working with our team. It's great. And for anyone who works as a consultant, we had never done this before. Yeah. But we have heard from other people, like, you know, obviously there's some clients that are really easy to work with, some that aren't, and the benefit of being a consultant is you kind of like get to know what your work style is and like who your ideal client is, and then, you know, like focus on that. And so we really lucked out because it's been really great. And I think that when you're new to consulting, you kind of like are like, oh, we'll just, you know, see, and it's been really great. So we're really happy on that front.
And it's nice, I guess the other piece of it is like, it's kind of nice to, I don't want to say like get praise, but like when you're good at something and like have experience in something and you're like valued for that experience, it feels good. As much as like you want to, you say you don't care.
Yeah, to feel valued.
Yeah.
Yeah, which we actually always did at our full-time job.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I wouldn't even have thought that that would be a feeling associated with doing this.
Yeah, because we're like, oh, it's like just consulting. I don't know. We were saying that if anyone, I don't know if anyone can relate to this, but as entrepreneurs, like there's so little feedback happening.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's
Yeah,
like,
you have no one telling you anything besides your beautiful customers who will leave like a great review or like a nice Instagram like
which obviously
comment.
reviews are like keep the dream alive.
Yeah,
you guys. Like we got a review on East and West yesterday, and I screenshotted it and sent it to Carli, and I was like, I think this is the first review on that fragrance we've gotten, and it was like a 5-star review, and it means so much.
It does mean so much because when you think about it, it's literally the only feedback you're getting.
Yeah.
You're not, unless you are, I know that you can approach, Maggie Sellers talked about this, like approaching mentors and having them look at your business and giving like feedback and stuff, but we are not at that stage and we don't do that.
Yeah.
So there's just so little feedback, so little positive feedback that you really have to love your business and love what you're doing to keep going. But we totally forgot that when you're in like a full-time job or like a consulting role even, you know, like the results are tangible. Like you're working towards something and people are seeing that you're helping and you're doing what you were tasked with, and that in itself can be really rewarding. And I guess I like completely forgot that that was part of like I think when you leave a job and like we were obviously like so excited to just focus on our business, and we just didn't realize that like shift that happens when you are just working for yourself and your business. So we are still working for ourselves, but it's like, it's crazy.
Yeah, I was going to say, now it's kind of the best of both worlds, because I should say this is not like a full-time thing. Like we are doing like 20 hours a week, so it's super manageable with balancing our two businesses and I guess content creation too. But we're still like working for ourselves, making our own schedule. So it's kind of like the best of both worlds, and it was a nice surprise because now we don't have to be as stressed about money, essentially. And this isn't like a long-term thing either, so we'll like figure it out as we go. But so far so good, and just wanted to update you because I feel like we have been less present in general, like on Instagram stories especially. Like we would post there every day, like all day long.
Yeah, that's true.
Now we haven't been doing that as much. And then on YouTube for sure, because when we sit down to film, we try to do like 2 videos at least. But if we don't have time to like, because filming takes a while.
Yeah, it definitely, you know, it's like another thing to do, so we have to reprioritize our priorities, but I'm sure everyone can relate to that too.
Yeah.
It's been fine.
Yeah, so wanted to give you that update on like the work side of things. Oh, and the BK Beauty Brush 109, I think this is supposed to be for foundation, but I really like it. I mean, you saw me apply the Milani bronzer with it, and I like that you can be super precise with it. I don't know, it's good. I love this brush.
This one, I'm using it right now too.
Yeah, use it for cream bronzer.
I just used it for cream bronzer too.
Yeah, it's so good.
Oh, this is going on way more pigmented than last time.
They're super pigmented.
That's
what they're known for.
Okay, that's good because that's what I wanted it for. So I don't know, as I age, my skin is like eating my blush. So during the Sephora sale, I ordered the mini size of Rare Beauty Encourage. Honestly, you guys, these are really tiny. This is,
yeah, but you don't need a bigger one.
yeah, no, this is 3.2 ml, and at first I was like, geez, 3 ml is like a sample size at Sephora. Like I've worked on sample size projects and they're about that size, but then I realized that the full size is about 7 ml. So it's really about half, I mean about iffy. And because you don't need a lot, I figured this would be good for me. And the first time I wore it, it wore off really quickly, and I was like, oh, the whole reason I bought a Rare Beauty blush is because I heard, you know, I've used Hope before and it lasts on the skin. So I'm testing it again today, but I do really like this color. Out of all the colors, I do love it. It's the most like cool tone besides the one Britta has, Believe. They basically look the same. I don't know why they launched both. And then I also bought the House Labs concealer, which I'm using today because they were out of my shade Light Neutral forever. and it came back in stock before the sale, so I got it. It looks a little dry right now, but I wore it the other day, and maybe I used too much. And I loved how it like lasted all day and didn't like fade weird. And it seems to like give pretty good coverage. My favorite BK Beauty is the 107. It's perfect for powder bronzer. Yeah. Okay, so I guess just some more like updates for Dyad and clean coats. So hopefully you care, because that's like what we have to talk about. That's like the new in our life. But for Dyad, we are so excited about our next launch, you guys. I think you are gonna love it too. We got our last submission. Well, hopefully hopefully we can improve this one today, actually. I think we can. So we quickly put it on, and it's incredible. It's so good. So we're really excited about that. We're changing up like the packaging a little bit with this perfume launch. Since it's not part of the like Modern Musk collection, it's in a category of its own. It's a gourmand. So we're changing up the packaging. We worked with an illustrator on the label to have like little illustrations, which is really cute. So I'm really excited. Me too. We're hoping to launch in May, pretty soon. Yes. And then our next product for clean coats should be launching in June. So we have a busy summer coming up. Yeah, I'm like, oh, buckle in. And I was thinking that, like, because last week we had a really busy week. I know, socially. I want to talk about it. Yeah, socially, and then this week we had like some things on the calendar that we like canceled, because we just are the type of people, like, if I have a busy week the next week, I need to like slow it down. And then it's nice to like sit down and film. Like we didn't get to film last week. I love this Flawless Blush in Vintage Love, a rediscovery for me. I've had this for like probably like 2 years, and I've been using it so much. Yeah, so last week was so fun. Although I feel like my anxiety like came back full force. I know that's how anxiety works, but the past few days, and I think that it was like too much. You did too much, because Britta and I don't like to pack our schedule anymore. No. We used to be those people, and I learned like But we never were those people socially. We would pack our work schedule. Yeah, that's true. But regardless, I've learned that like my body and my mind is much happier when I don't like try to fit so much in. I honestly don't know how parents do it. I'm getting sidetracked, but so we had a really busy week socially. On Thursday, we went to the Pacifica fragrance event. It was like to celebrate their 3 new fragrances. Sorry, I'm ripping this off of this Kosas palette. The 3 new fragrances, and then they also had all their original fragrances there. They had it was at Lombardi House, which has been on our dream list to go to since we moved to LA. We've lived in LA for 10 years now. Lombardi House is literally a 3-minute drive from us, or like 5-minute drive, and we've never been invited to an event there, or maybe we have in the past, and when we were working, full-time, we couldn't go. So we were so excited. Yeah, like, and a fragrance event, no less. Yeah, and Pacifica, we were saying like everyone who works on that brand is so nice. And it was just such a lovely event. We only were there for like an hour. We kind of like smelled other perfumes. They had an aura reader, which Carli, the last time we did that was April 7 years ago. I know, I got the notification on my Facebook today. Oh. Yeah, we did that I had planned when I worked for M Cosmetics, the relaunch party. It was the most work I've ever done on anything, I think. And the founder really wanted an aura reader, and we flew her in from Portland. And it was like an incredible experience. Like everyone loved this aura reader. Yeah, and that was back before it was like a thing. Yeah, now it's pretty mainstream. Yeah, now it's really popular. So they had an aura reader at this event. And so I was like comparing the auras from the 2 photos, because it was so interesting and fascinating. My colors did remain the same. Mine were different, but this one I think was broken. Yeah, he said that it was really hard to do because it was daylight, and like when we did it, it was nighttime, and she had this whole tent set up. Like, it seemed a little bit more thought out than this man. Yeah, but he was doing his best. He was doing his best. And then, yes, we went to that event, came home for a bit, and then we went to one of the best concerts of our life. Oh my gosh. If you guys watch our Instagram, you saw that a few weeks ago. We were devastated when we couldn't get tickets to the Jimmy Buffett tribute concert at the Hollywood Bowl, because Jimmy Buffett means a lot to us. Like, our dad passed away when we were 18, and he was his favorite artist, and so since he's passed, we've definitely like stayed close to his music as a way to like stay close to him. and we just always loved him. We grew up on his music. We saw Escape to Margaritaville in 2019, which was
So
like
good.
his musical. And Jimmy was there that day we went, and he was at the matinee show when we went to the nighttime show.
Yeah.
So
So that was 2020, right before
Oh,
shutdown.
it was 2020. Okay. So we've always loved his music. So when we couldn't get tickets because of this stupid Ticketmaster thing, I won't even get into it. I saw they're being sued. So like, anyways, we were devastated. And then I was like, I had this really, talk about like manifestation. I had this like really overwhelmingly calm sense come over me later that day.
Yeah, because it was frantic for a while.
That like, this had to work out, because I was like, the chances that this tribute concert was in LA, not in Florida, where he like notoriously lived and whatever, you know, everyone kind of associates Florida with him.
Yeah,
And the fact that it was at the Hollywood Bowl, which is walking distance from our house and our favorite place in all of Los Angeles, I was like, this is meant for us. I know we're going to make it there. Like, I just had this like peace come over me. And then I was like, well, why wouldn't, you know, people start lowering the ticket prices as it gets closer? Because obviously like all these bots bought the tickets and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, we checked, and as it got closer, the tickets did get lower. We were able to find 4 together. And my boyfriend's dad kindly paid for them as like a late Christmas gift. And
So nice.
That was literally so nice. I cried. One of the nicest things anyone has ever done. So yeah, it was. And then, so we all went, us and our 2 guys. And it was incredible.
We'd never seen it so packed, by the way.
Which made no sense, because we've been to sold out shows. Like, the last one I think we were at was the Jonas Brothers a few years ago, and that was definitely sold out. So I don't know why it looked so much more packed, but it was crazy. Like, it was crazy. There was so many people. Everyone loved Jimmy. I feel like everyone was there to like really celebrate
Well, let's
him.
just like go through the lineup quick.
Yeah.
Okay, so they had Jimmy's friends kind of like come on it and introduce the musical acts, which was cool, and like share memories. So they had like Woody Harrelson, Tom Ford, Jane Fonda.
Tom Ford.
Harrison Ford.
Yeah, we freaked out at Harrison Ford.
yeah.
You guys, another thing that we grew up loving was Star Wars.
Yeah.
The original Star Wars movies. And I looked at my boyfriend and I was like, babe, that is Han Solo up there. Like, and he didn't get it. He's not a Star Wars guy. He doesn't get it. But I was like,
It's crazy.
We love Shrinking now. I saw someone was like, oh, the
Shrinking's
guy
so
from
good.
Shrinking. I was like, they have to be joking. Like,
Yeah,
it must
they
have
have
been
to
a
be
joke.
joking, yeah.
Okay, go on with the people.
So Harrison Ford, yeah, Jane Fonda, Leslie Mann, and Judd Apatow. Who else? Oh,
Well, they had people call in.
yeah,
too.
like Kelly Slater
called in, Dolly Parton, James Taylor.
Yes. Just, he was friends with so many people. Oh, Will Arnett was there.
Will Arnett was there.
And yeah, they shared stories of like vacationing with him, like just really good
John
stories.
McEnroe was there.
Yeah, John McEnroe. And then the performers were like some country music faves like Jake Owen, Kenny Chesney,
Eric Church.
Brandy Carlisle. She had an amazing
Oh my god,
voice.
she was so good. We had never,
Yeah, and
like,
she was like good friends with Jimmy.
yeah, we had never really like paid attention to her music, and now I most definitely will be.
Yeah,
I
she
also
was
loved her sense of
insanely
humor
talented.
and like
yeah, me too.
personality.
Her whole persona.
Yeah.
Superstar. Jack Johnson was so good.
He was one of the best ones. I
Yeah.
was like, I will watch a whole show. And then Zach Brown Band. Are you gonna talk about that?
Zach Brown Band. So they obviously like historically made music with lots of music with Jimmy. And so they sang probably the most out of, aside from the
they
Carl
did,
Berger
yeah.
Band. And they had a song that's coming out on the 19th, so I think on Thursday, called Pirates and Parrots. And it was like a tribute to Jimmy. Tears. We were in tears.
Everyone was crying. Everyone
Yeah.
was like, what? And they were incredible. And he looks incredible.
Yeah.
We were like, we haven't seen this man in years. And he looked so
He
good.
looked so good. Like aging backwards.
Uh-huh.
And then
Sheryl Crow sang our favorite song, which is Fins.
I don't know if it was suited for her voice, but she's great. And we didn't know that she was part of Jimmy's band before she made it big. Like,
Yeah.
part of the Coral Reefer
Yeah,
band.
he had asked her to like sing with them
Yeah.
before she was famous. Like she said it was back in like, did she say the 80s? Or maybe it was
Yeah,
the early 90s.
like a
but
really long
a really long time ago, yeah.
So that was amazing to hear. Like, just all these people had amazing stories. They were actually friends with him.
Everyone
Snoop
said
Dogg,
nice things. Yeah, Snoop Dogg he performed Gin and Juice, and it was incredible.
He was, again, actual friends with Jimmy.
That's the name of the song, right? Well, you guys know.
I don't know. Pitbull, Mr. Worldwide. He was there. People loved it.
It was crazy. He was the one we could have done without.
Yeah.
We were like, Pitbull,
but I know people love him.
Yeah.
So those people were jazzed. Pitbull sang with Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi disappointed us because he only sang that one song, and we love John Bon Jovi, and we thought he was going to sing more. But then our mom told us he was having some issues with his voice, or like his throat.
He had some sort of like surgery or
that kind of makes more sense.
It does make more sense. Alan Jackson couldn't be there, but he had a video that was, and then Dave Matthews Band performed a song over video.
Oh, that was rude.
That was
his voice is
he just like
remarkable.
Acoustically on his guitar. And then our favorites were the Eagles.
Yeah.
They were
incredible.
I'm gonna cry thinking about it. The Eagles and Paul McCartney were like really why we wanted to go, even though we had previously seen Paul McCartney, which now I feel like, who has seen Paul McCartney twice? I feel like we're really lucky.
Yeah.
But the Eagles were so good. They sang The Boys of Summer, and I had like, when like the beginning, like, I can't even describe it.
Yeah.
The beginning, like, guitar chords started. It was like an out-of-body experience.
That song is iconic.
Iconic. So good.
I didn't bring glitter primer. Hopefully this just, I'm using the Patrick
Oh wait, who's that guy that mom loves? Jackson Brown?
Yeah, Jackson Brown.
He was also there.
He was good. But yeah, so the Eagles,
I think the Eagles were
second
the best.
to last.
And I think everyone thought so. They got the most like cheers from the crowd.
Yeah, they were so good. And then Paul McCartney, of course, came out. But sad fest, because he said that Jimmy's wife Jane invited him to come sing to Jimmy the week of his death. Like, he must have been, they knew he was going to pass soon. And he sang Let It Be to Jimmy. And then he sang it for all of us. And wow,
people were
powerful.
Yeah, it was crazy. And the Eagles did the backup vocals for him.
Yeah.
Because he definitely, we had seen Paul McCartney perform during that Desert Trip show. When was that? Like 6 years ago now?
No, it had to have been, like 2018.
Yeah, 6
Maybe
years.
even 2017.
Yeah, maybe. And he definitely could like had more endurance back then. I feel like
he still sounded good.
He sounded great, but you could
yeah.
tell he like definitely, I don't think he could have done more than one song.
Yeah. But then they made him play at like 10 p.m. Like he
was the last one before they all sang Margaritaville.
Yeah. Can you even believe it?
When I tell you this was the best thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like incredible. A lot of people were hoping that they were going to film it and then put it on streaming, and we haven't heard anything about that.
I didn't see cameras.
And I kind of like love if it really was just for the concert goers, because it's like this little, I don't know, special thing that we got to experience with all these people. Most people definitely flew in for it. Like all the people behind us said they came from like Boston and Ohio.
Getting out of there was nearly impossible though.
It was.
I was laughing. I was like, this is more wild to me than the show.
Okay, I forgot how much I love this mascara. If it doesn't totally transfer on me, I was trying to buy a new mascara, and I remember really liking this, so I bought it. The Maybelline the Falsies Lash Lift. Doesn't it look good?
Yeah, it's good.
I'm like, ooh, this looks good. So hopefully it holds up.
So that was Thursday, and then Friday we had a sleepover with two of our friends, and one of them, it was her birthday. Her birthday's this week, and she's getting married soon, so it was kind of like a bachelorette birthday celebration, and adult sleepovers are so fun.
Yeah, we haven't done one.
Yeah.
Like, ever? Or maybe just a really long time.
Yeah. And then it worked out because we had an event for Clean Coat Saturday morning, and it was over there on the west side, and we live on the east side, so it can take a while to get over there.
Yes, then we didn't have to wake up super early, and the Clean Coats event was only a few hours, so.
Yeah, and that actually went so well too.
So well.
Our expectations were low because we had done an event for Clean Coats last year, and you just never know, like, with the turnout, and it was rainy and like overcast.
We did 3 last year.
Yeah.
And yeah, like one of them was pretty good, but
Yeah.
the other 2 were just like, okay.
Like, it's good for visibility, but if people aren't like in the shopping mood, but for some reason they were on Saturday.
Yeah, we sold the most we ever have at a pop-up, and people were so kind about our brand, which they always are. That's
Yeah.
one thing. People are always so complimentary over the branding, and they like ask questions and are complimentary towards like why we want to start it, that we give back to rescue. So that was great, and it was lovely.
Yeah. And 2 people, did we talk about what our next product is?
No, I guess we can.
Oh, okay. So our next product, you're getting the inside scoop,
Drum roll.
is a conditioning and deodorizing spray. So it's like a detangler, conditioner, deodorizer in one. It's meant to kind of supplement for conditioner in between washes. So a lot of people, especially if you have rescue dogs like us, the dogs don't want to be in the water for longer than they have to, so you don't want to have to like put on conditioner. And I will say our shampoo has a conditioning complex, so it's kind of a 2-in-1. But if you have a dog that has like a little bit of a longer coat, or a dog that gets like smelly, it's just a product that you can brush through their hair to detangle, condition, and deodorize all in one. And 2 people on Saturday asked us if we had a leave-in conditioner, and we didn't really do our research. Well, when thinking to launch this product, we had searched and to see if, well, obviously there's a lot of conditioning or like detangling mists out there for dogs, but we couldn't find any that also deodorized, and we really wanted it to be like a true refresher, like something that would deodorize without leaving like any weird residue, but then also still add like shine and softness to the coat. We actually had a lot of you guys test it back in, I don't even know what month that was. Thank you to everyone who tested. Well, I don't know if everyone follows us on here, but, and we got really positive feedback. We sent 2 different versions to a few people to test on their dogs, and everyone basically picked the same version. There was only one person that picked a different version. So we went with the majority, and it's been in the works ever since. We had some delays with our manufacturer, but it is pressing on, and we're really excited. Yeah, and but what are the chances that 2 people were like, do you have this product? And we said, coming soon. Yeah, it was really great. Again, one of those things meant to be. Yeah. It really is crazy, like when you start to look for signs in the universe that you're on the right track. I know, like Kristen said, you have to ask for them, which probably is true. I don't really do that, but I don't really do that either. But like we said with the concert, like it was one of those like crazy things where we went from being so upset, like crying when we couldn't get tickets, to being like, there's no way this won't work out. And just like knowing that it was going to work out. And I think like we should all try to have that in life more. Totally. When things seem like scary, you're like, no, if you just listen to your gut, basically. Okay, I almost forgot this lipstick, but I got this during the Sephora sale, the Rare Beauty lipstick in Worthy, because I have Talented and I love the formula, but I wanted something a little more cool toned, and it's so pretty. I like this formula because it's like a creamy matte, so it's not really drying. It's really easy to like reapply. I just like everything about it, and this color is stunning. I like my combo with the INN lip glaze in Cinnamon Bun with Iconic Nude. Yeah, lip liner. The Cinnamon Bun is so I think I really like everything how my makeup turned out. I really like this palette. Britta wasn't really using the Kosas Undress, so she let me use it. Yeah, I just used the Lawless one more, and they're both like matte. I mean, it's certainly boring, but like I don't like shimmers really, and I definitely don't like this shimmer. Yeah. And so I just use like the Thor in the center for like really basic looks. Oh, and then another thing I've been loving is the Rare Beauty Brow Gel. Also picked up. These are the two things I got. I have the brow gel on. It looks great without even so good. I really need to get my brows done. Like I didn't do any extra pigment. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm still, the only thing I'm really unsure about, well, I guess if the blush lasts, then I really like this blush color. So let's see. And then the concealer, the other day when I used it, it looked a little more full coverage than right now. The blue's kind of peeking through, but the color is like really good for me. So. Also, do you guys appreciate that these used to have those ugly H&M emblems? I took it off with acetone. It bothered me so much when editing. I'd be like, oh, they can see like the ugly logo. Anyway, thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed these life updates. If you have any questions, let us know. I hope you made it through. Yeah, and thank you for your support on everything, always, and for sticking around here. We appreciate it.